Ecovacs has just released their entire line of the T50 smart vacuums, and one of the things I noticed is that the T50 Max Pro Omni looks very similar, not just physically, but also spec-wise, to the Ecovacs X8 Pro Omni, but it's $300 cheaper. In today's video, I'm going to tell you the key differences between the T50 Max Pro Omni and the Ecovacs X8 Pro Omni. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. First off, I want to thank Ecovacs for sending both of these out to me for full honest review, but this is not sponsored in any other way, as I do not allow paid sponsorships on any of my channels. And if you love unsponsored, unfiltered, short to the point types of reviews, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also check out the affiliate links down below where you can get current pricing and information. Now, physically, looking these side by side, wow, you would think these are the exact same robot vacuums. And from afar, yes, they are. But there are a couple key differences. Now, first off, suction power. Now, the T50 Max is max. It's actually 500 PA stronger, coming in at 18,500 PA, where the X8 comes in at only 18,000 PA. But honestly, you're not going to notice the difference. I've actually haven't seen a difference in cleaning ability from like 10,000 PA up to, I've had vacuums all the way up to 20,000 PA. And unless you put these things in a scientific test, the day-to-day cleaning is going to be just about the same, and you're going to get great results. And looking closer at the bases side by side, you have the clean water tank on the right, dirty water tank on the left. You have the dustbin in the middle, and they both have soap dispensers, and you can turn off that soap dispensing in the app if you choose to, but it's really nice that they have a container where you can fill it up with whatever soap that you want, although they want you to use theirs. And then below that is where the robot is, but if you remove the robot, there is the first and pretty much only difference in the base itself, and that is the washboard. Now, I'm not going to tell you why just yet, because that's going to be because of what's in the robot, but you can kind of see the two differences here. One's just kind of plain and the other one has these rotating wipers, and that's going to keep your washboard clean. But in all honesty, I've been running both of these for the X8 for about 2 months now, the T50 for about a month now, and you can see some dirt, but they're pretty much clean and, you know, pretty good to go for the next mopping session. But other than that, the Omni stations are exactly the same. Now, looking at the robots themselves, on the front of them, you can see that they have the 3D 3.0 advanced navigation system. And when it came to obstacle avoidance, if you happen to leave stuff on the floor, both of these did fairly well in my testing. Not so well when it came to pencil or pen on the floor, but pretty much everything else it was able to detect and avoid, including dog feces and wires on the smaller side, and obviously the big stuff like toys and shoes. It just had a little trouble with the pens and pencils. And now both these feature an extendable brush arm, so when the robot gets near a tight space or a corner, it'll extend that brush arm out and get all the dust and dirt from that corner where other robots were not able to reach. And now for the main difference. And the reason that you might want to spend extra $300 to get the X Pro Omni, and that is because of the new and upgraded mopping system. Now, if you turn over the robot, you can see the differences in the mopping systems. On the T50, you can see the old rotating mopping pads that water is applied to. There's actually one onboard water tank, and it squirts water onto those pads as need be. You can adjust the settings in the app, but that same water is on that pad the entire time until it uses up or dries out, or it goes back to the docking station and it's done with the cleaning cycle. Or then clean those mopping pads with clean water from the Omni station and then dry them with hot air. Where on the brand new X8 Pro Omni has a roller mop. They call it the Osmo roller, and there's actually two onboard water tanks, one for clean water and one for dirty water. So it's actually going to be taking the dirty water as it's mopping and putting it into a separate tank. So you're always cleaning with clean water. And it's a different type of mopping system altogether. When it goes back, it will definitely clean that roller mop and also apply the hot air. But when it comes to actual mopping efficiency and results, if you have a lot of dried up stains, you can see here in my testing, you can see this dried up mustard still on the hardwood floor after the T50 actually went twice over it. But when the X8 went out there, you can see it got all the dried up mustard without any issues, and I didn't have to send it back out for multiple cleaning sessions. But in everyday life, you're really not going to see a difference unless you have a lot of dried stains, a lot of messes. Then it is definitely worth paying extra $300 for the X8. But unless you have a specific reason or a need to have a absolutely the best cleaning mopping system out there, then it might not be worth it to get the X8. But if you do, man, that X8 roller mopping system is definitely a huge plus. Otherwise, the T50 does an amazing job at everyday vacuuming and mopping, and you're not going to see a huge difference, and it's better to save your $300. Now, one other thing to keep in mind when it comes to the mopping system, if you have medium pile carpets, the T50 with the rotating mopping pads are able to lift up to 18 millimeters, so it can do those medium pile carpets, where the X8, the rolling mopping system, can only lift 10 millimeters. So that's only going to be good for low pile carpets and rugs. So yes, it can do carpets and rugs and mopping all at the same time. But if you have medium pile carpet, you definitely want to get the T50 so your carpets and rugs won't get a little damp. But then again, you can always vacuum first and then mop afterwards if you want to. If you do have the X50, you can always do it afterwards. Other than that, both of these are awesome. You really have to decide if you absolutely have to have the best mopping system out there. And if you do, X8 is great to have and it's probably the one to get. But if you want to save $300, then the T50 is a great and wise choice, and you're going to get a lot of the same results and features out of the T50 as you would with the X8. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Let me know which one you prefer down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that helpful button. And if I have any discount or promo codes, I'll definitely leave those with the affiliate links down below. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.